What is going on, Cup Bangers? Today's a really hot, steamy day in LA. I'm Alejandro, and let's talk about cars, yo. Hit it, Pedro. Boop.
Finally, you get to make one of your childhood dreams come true, and you're buying that limited edition car from your favorite car maker. Life is good, right? Everything seems to be going your way until you find out that that precious car you worked so hard to get isn't that limited, really. And what exactly do I mean by that? Let's find out.
And I am so sorry to crush your dreams and my own, because this happens actually a lot more often than what we think. I know, right? Who would have thought? There's two types of way of creating these fake numbers. Number one, by literally just faking the numbers and lying about it. And you would be surprised, a lot more people do it than you would think. And number two, through special editions of the already special edition. Sorry, I get a little too crazy about those. But then again, you might wonder, but Alejandro, why would dealerships be so evil and lie to us? And then I'd say, you know why? Because they like money, baby. So let me explain both ways of doing it. So number one, and this is just speculation, guys. No, without the blink, obviously. Without it. 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 So number one, when companies lie about their numbers, and specifically Italian companies love doing this. Whenever you see a car that's a limited edition or a run of 100 cars, 50 cars, 80 cars, 400 cars, 499 cars, whatever that is, if the car doesn't have a badge saying what car number is out of the 100, out of 200, 300, whatever limited edition, they're most likely lying. For example, let's pretend that Ferrari did that in their LaFerrari with their 499 that they built. There is some speculation that there are some people out there that have documented that there is way over 500 bins. But again, that's just all speculation. That's all speculation for sure. Then again, the other one is Pagani is a small company. You know, like the Zonda that kept going and going and going. The Huayra, that there's definitely more than 100 Huayras, you know, between demos and all of those cars. And I mean, it goes on and on and on. And all these big car makers are doing this. Now, the second one, which is the one I don't know which one I hate the most. You guys tell me which one you hate the most. And then the second one, when they make a special limited edition on the already special limited edition. A very easy one, the LaFerrari Aperta. A very easy one, the P1 LM. Why is that street legal when you said you were only going to make 375 street legal cars, right? Again. The other one, 675 LT McLaren, with the HS, the high spec series, and also with the LT Spider Carbon series. That's 50 cars more than what you're seeing already. Also, McLaren didn't number those 500 cars to begin with. So let's just leave it at that right now. So within all this crap that we're saying, how is that affecting you? Why am I bitching about it today? Because it affects the value. However you want to look at it, you're buying something that they're selling you on a dream. Hey, come get your 1 out of 400 Mitsubishis that everyone wants, right? And you worked hard, you get that money, you're ready to spend it. Spend the money, you're saying, dude, I'm putting my money in something safe, I'm set, there's no problems. And then 6 months later, they'll come out and say, you know what, we doubled production, or we did another different version of the same car that's going to be way more valuable than yours. I mean, right now, what do you think, guys, is going to happen with the LaFerrari Aperta compared to the LaFerrari Coupe? Ferrari was very smart by putting a little thing in their contract where you cannot sell the coupe for a certain amount of time if you're getting an Aperta. But aside from that, what's going to save it later for the Aperta to be the number one car? And why is that the number one car? Why is it not the LaFerrari in general, the 499 that you built? It's kind of weird, no? And you see like how people get so upset. Like when you build a P1, I have a friend that had a beautiful P1. And then he called me and said, hey, they're making a racing version of the P1. What should I do? I'm like, dude, it's not street legal. Don't worry about it. Then they announced that there's some street legal P1 GTRs. And he goes, maybe I should buy a P1 GTR. I go, yeah, maybe you should. And then we hear that there's these other special edition P1s that might be coming out. And then you're wondering, so what the fuck am should I wait for another one? When's the right time to buy these cars? And what's the one that's gonna sell? I like honesty. I like when someone gives you a badge and says 1 out of 499 and this is chassis 79. Why is that so complicated? And when are we as customers gonna say, you need to stop this shit to all these guys? Probably never, because we want their cars and everyone's scared to say anything to them. But that's just reality. But anyways, cup bangers, what do you think of this whole thing, honestly? Do you feel like, you know what, whatever, it's working out pretty well for everyone? Or do you think it'll cause a problem at some point? Because right now, everyone's buying the cars, the market's hot right now. But what's gonna happen when it's not? It's gonna dilute those a lot. I like that I never saw like a weird version of the Enzo, a convertible version of the Enzo, the times were more simple back in the day. And now everyone's got a special edition of a special edition. So cup bangers, again, what do you think will happen with this? Will that destroy the market for those cars? Will remain the same? Will dilute it a little bit? And would the owners and yourselves be mad at what's going on here? Please let me know in the comments down below. As always, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I'm Alejandro, and I do not approve this message.